Harlequin Audio is proud to bring you An Engagement in Seattle, Groom Wanted and Bride Wanted by Debbie Macomber. Performed by Lisa Larsen. Groom Wanted by Debbie Macomber. 1. Julia Conrad wasn't a patient woman at the best of times. She paced her office, repeatedly circling her high-gloss black lacquer and brass desk. She felt so helpless. She should have gone to Citizenship and Immigration Services with Jerry rather than wait for their decision. Rubbing her palms together, she retracted the thought. She was a wreck, and the immigration people would have instantly picked up on that, and it could hurt their case. She couldn't help being anxious. The future of the company rested on the outcome of today's hearing. Ultimately, she was the one responsible for the welfare of Conrad Industries, the business her grandfather had started 30 years earlier. In an effort to calm herself, she stared out the window. The weather seemed to echo her mood. There was a ceiling of black clouds. Thunder roared, and a flash of lightning briefly brightened the room. The lights flickered. Julia's reflection was mirrored in the window, and she frowned, mesmerized by the unexpected sight of herself. Her dark hair was swept back from her face and secured with a gold clasp. She wore a dark suit with a pale gray blouse, which, in her view anyway, conveyed tasteful refinement. She looked cool, calm, and collected. But inside, she was a mass of tension and nerves. At 30, she had a pleasant face when she smiled. But she hadn't been doing much of that lately. Not in the past 3 years. Her cheekbones were high, her jaw strong. But it was her eyes that told the story. Her eyes revealed vulnerability and pain. The image of herself distressed Julia, and she hurriedly glanced away. Sighing, she circled her desk once more, silently praying for patience. She was determined to get the company back on its feet, to overcome the odds they faced. Jerry, her brother, had worked with her, sacrificing his personal life the way she had hers. They'd met with a handful of small successes. And now, this. Both Julia and Jerry were determined to revive Conrad Industries. Julia owed her father that much. Jerry had shown such faith in her by volunteering his services. If their situations were reversed, she wasn't sure she would have been so forgiving. But her brother had stuck by her through all the turmoil. Slowly, she lowered her gaze, disturbed by that revelation. However, she didn't have the time or the inclination to worry about it. If she ever needed a cool head and a cooler heart, it was now. 2 years' worth of innovative research was about to be lost because they'd allowed the fate of the company to hinge on the experiments and ideas of one man. Aleksandr Berinski was a brilliant Russian biochemist. Jerry had met him some years earlier while traveling in Europe and convinced Julia he was the answer to their problems. Her brother was right. Alek's ideas would revolutionize the paint industry. Bringing him to the United States had been a bold move on their part. But she hadn't been sorry. Not once. Hiring Aleksandr Berinski from Russia and moving him to Seattle, it was the biggest risk Conrad Industries had ever taken. Now, the fate of the company rested in the hands of a hard-nosed official. Julia wondered again if she should have attended the hearing at the District Office of Citizenship and Immigration. She'd done everything within her power to make sure Alexander's visa would be extended. She'd
Sample complete. Ready to continue?